standouts are that Surge are the #1 breaking team in the game. Minnesota the #2 whole team. So it's going to be about those breaks, and while Fame kicking it off nicely, Mac and Pred falling down. This should be P1 control for Minnesota Rokkr from the rip. Rotations are something that Rokkr have struggled with on this map specifically, and just in general. Gonna need to rotate strongly here against Surge, and then just try and hold it down.
Already can see Seattle trying to up the pressure just a little bit. Getting into bottom hard and start to go to work on the slaying side. Cammy trying to hold them off as much as he can. He keeps finding kills, but they don't have the hill.
Accuracy, but have no angles and no life. Let's continue trying to pick up points over towards P1. Good kills coming in though, and that's the spawn over towards P2 for Afro. The rest of his team out there. The stun check will come in though. That spawn may well have helped him out, and will continue to. Staying alive as we head over towards stage hard point if we can. Pred will find the kill, but it's going to be the players that are going to be coming through the double gates. Let's see which way this one's going to go.
Already you can tell the Seattle Surge are hurting Rokkr all over the place, but it all depends about these points. Can they get in here at this time? And realistically, there's nothing there for Rokkr. Seattle Surge have locked this one up tight.
Hard break now for Minnesota Rokkr. From this side, it's just so difficult to break from, but you don't want to really give up those P3 rotations. But through the front door is Cammy finding the second one, and accuracy is upset. But Mac is there to pick up the pieces. Players weak across the board, but Fame will find two of his own, forcing them away. Spawns there for Minnesota Rokkr over towards P3, but Surge are fighting for it as well. 25 seconds, but huge fights going on over towards P3. Scrap time's going to go to Rokkr. These fights must go Rokkr's way if they want this rotation. They will do. Everything coming up Minnesota Rokkr there.
They've locked it up completely, and right now Fame is just having fun. He's fighting for the scrap time, will eventually fall out of it. And now Seattle have the unenviable task. Can they break this? It's a hard break at the best of times.
Fame now on the respawn will just try to watch the cross. He'll butter them up as they find a way through either maps, pushing towards gate. Fame off the respawn will do the same again. We'll try to find the flank. The push comes through. Bance will deal with the first one. Fame actually going to spawn up with his team towards the back. The shots are in. It's a good hold from Rokkr so far. And those rotational gunfights, I mean, I can't say how important they were. It can matter to a full 60 points here. And with Minnesota Rokkr picking up the scrap time, everything works out in their favor. Still locking this down. 30 seconds gone. Seattle haven't had a sniff.
Haven't managed to break through. There are signs of weakness there, but the defense remains resolute. Eventually, Pred finds Afro, and Afro shouldn't win that one, and he doesn't. But now the shoe is on the other foot. Minnesota Rokkr may be pinned in here. You can see Seattle Surge. They spread across this map.
That is the small caveat. If you're Minnesota Rokkr now, you're probably going to be running into fire as soon as you come out the gates. There you go. Prime example. Sip finding two. Pred sitting over towards the top outside, and Bance will find just a small gap in the car to find a small gap for Minnesota Rokkr to find their way out and over towards P4. Pred lingering as he often does. Fame will find him. Minnesota Rokkr have not done too bad. They get themselves in this position. Maybe we'll need to slow down. Afro finds one, dips out, dies. Seattle Surge, hold on.
They're still putting the pressure through. The Simp almost finds a collateral. Not going to find everything he wants though. Life eventually will trickle back into his bar. And now it's going to be all about the pressure. I'll tell you something, Rokkr are keeping this one a little bit competitive. They are just continuing, unrelenting into this point. Seattle Surge keep killing them, and they keep reappearing.
Fast spawns for Rokkr, though. Walking away, licking their wounds. Over towards Blacksmith. I tell you what, they've not done too badly here at all. 15 seconds to go. They're going to continue to extend this lead. Great job from Rokkr. So you pick up the full 60 on 3, the scrap on 2 alongside of it. And then a good chunk of time is denied by Rokkr to Surge. It was looking like a good rotation. This one's looking like a good rotation as well. See how Surge locking down the Blacksmith. Plenty of trophies around. Spawns towards the back for Rokkr. Spawns towards the front. Potential pinch being set up by Bance, who's on a 3 spree himself, but the 3 kills coming in for Surge. It's going to slow down this push from Rokkr.
Yeah, nothing for Minnesota. Not a whisper of anything. They don't have any map control. You can even see Seattle Surge now. They're in powerful positions. They sit still and await. Right, eventually moving to find out player turns back out, guns him completely. And while they say that, Minnesota Rokkr have found a few kills on the map.
I know like the respite. Start to find these kills to keep everyone away. Back now, backing on down. Cammy Bance doing well though. I think for Minnesota Rokkr, but they haven't had these rotations. They've at least limited Surge to very, very little. Bance wouldn't have minded one more kill to add the cruise missile to his arsenal, but The spawns towards the back for Rokkr. As we head into a second rotation of hills, it's going to be a solid 30 or so point lead for the Minnesota Rokkr.
Now, Seattle Surge, they have this rotation. They are trailing, but not by much. Let's find out how they are coping with Rokkr with the Seattle Surge. Listen in.
Use your cross. Stay down. Got me. Bottom up behind me. Bottom up, step. Nice. One more time. 1 minute. Upstairs. I'm okay. We spawn gate. Stay left. Don't just shoot down. You can't die. Is there side time? I need time. How much I get me? Time. Nice. One step upstairs. Dub. Stop on front art. One's open. Upstairs in front art. Open. Front art dead. Nice. One more time. Rails, one shot. Back rows, fam. Time weak afro. Time and top rows. Time. Backside time afro. Bottom out, they know me. Their side time. One more their side time. One bottom out. I'm going stage. Make Mac chow. Dead. Nice. That's 2. Bane was like real touch. I'm in the corner top rows. Front art. Going bottom art. Bottom art bench. Bottom art bench. Bottom art bench and rails. Okay, one's rails and one on over. No, he keeps side door. He got me. He's on the stage. He's watching the cross. Side door bench.
Okay, we gotta work the P1.
Yeah.
Hit front, guys.
Can't see the guy. Come on truck. Cammy, challenge to open. He's trying to bottom out.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to hop up.
I'm gonna go front with Dante.
He's gonna hold the hop behind the hops probably.
So left side stage.
I stuck you, watch out. Watch out.
Top rails. Really good. Top rails. He's
backside stage.
I don't see the guy stage.
He's left side back of it.
I'm waiting for you guys.
Side door weak. Full side for push.
Side door in front.
Do that. Side door and open. There's 3 on hold. Side door and open. Nice.
In between.
I shot in between.
One
behind the stage.
Behind the stage, in between.
Behind the stage.
I have the hold open.
Okay, behind the stage and in between.
Make sure don't flip.
Yeah, I'm gonna back shot. Stage.
Back. Down to the.
Nice.
Single.
Go two. We can do this.
Go run at me.
Last guy's time maps, man.
Go. They're gonna be P1.
Maps, dead. Nice.
They're gonna be gate, guys.
Bump me quick.
Yeah, my cross.
I need one.
I got 1 gate.
You have maps now? You have maps?
Yeah, I'm top art right now, guys.
One top maps.
Okay.
Hold it in there. I think it's top maps. I'm gonna go play. I have to go play time. I have to go play time. Yeah, I'm
I have
looking
your gate, guys.
Two stage.
We can stick to this shit.
Two stage.
Listen, I'm hiding top
One
art.
top art, 2 stage.
I'm hiding top art.
Seattle Surge not feeling the frustration they must there in the comms. Minnesota Rokkr did pull ahead into a commanding lead, but they've gone P2 straight into P3. Seattle Surge in a great position now to hold this one down, and Mac gets a very vital kill there in the end. They are clearing the lines. A 40 here will bring this back to almost a tie game.
Close spawn for Rokkr. Seattle towards the back as well, though. So it's going to be a firefight over towards the point. Pred running out of bullets. Fame taking sip up the point. All of a sudden, there's the break from Rokkr. We didn't see it last time from Seattle, and now you can farm them off the spawn if you're Cammy. There's 2. Seattle, 25 seconds till you go. You're going to have to give that up. It's going to be about 220 to 139. Seattle Surge need to be pretty much perfect the rest of the game.
And now they're waiting. They're trying to lock them in, but there is a person who slipped the net. Name of Benjamin Bance. Can he find anything here as well? He does find accuracy. This will throw Seattle Surge into a little bit of disarray. They weren't expecting them to be out so soon. And they need perfect COD. They need to shut the door on the Rokkr.
Brilliant hold here puts them back into the game. But it's so difficult with the way that Rokkr have been breaking these hills in this map. Seattle Surge, what can you do? Bounce towards the back is maybe going to be the catalyst for the rest of the team inside of Art. We'll find one, we'll dip out. The rest of the team will probably flow on through with them, but Pred being a nuisance, but Bance on the flank. Can he find the second? Yes, he can. The break is there for Rokkr.
Not even getting into it yet. They haven't got the points, they haven't got the time. It's still a pretty close game between these two as they just throw everything into it. Afro looking for Sim, cannot find the shoulder. Somebody jump in the point.
I mean, for Rokkr, though, it's a win, isn't it? Seattle Surge had the transition, they had the rotation. They are getting very little from this. Rokkr now will soak up more and more time, this scrap. Every single second that goes over towards them is potential other nail in the coffin for Seattle Surge in this map in particular. Rokkr now are going to be about 15 points away as we head over towards Blacksmith. Afro kicking into action. That killing the Pred is upset. The break is wonderful. Minnesota Rokkr might want to say a game 5 yet.
That was outrageous from Afro. The hot snapper may have just put this to a game number 5. Already you can see them piling forward. It's 5 seconds to destiny. Seattle Surge hold Blacksmith for now. But can they do it for the rest of the game?
It's going to be difficult. But 30 seconds here puts them at 200, but 5 points is absolutely nothing. It's a minor, small break, which is what's now coming on through Rokkr inside the point. Seattle, not close enough. Game 5, we go again.
And it's a resurgence, a rebirth, like the phoenix of old. Rokkr have defied the odds. Nobody thought this was going game 5. Nobody thought there was life in a team that has faced a deluge of criticism. But we have one more map on Friday at the major. How else could it end?
Neither one of these teams respecting our neighbours in any sense of the imagination, Brycey. A map number 5. It's laid here.